It's 2024 and my mood board for makeup would be to achieve glass skin. It should look like my skin but better. I'd say it's highly inspired by my Pinterest girlies. So without wasting any more time, let's begin. Let's start with an illuminating cream. It's from Sugar Cosmetics in the shade Gold Diggin. This has got very tiny gold shimmer particles in it, which looks stunning on Indian skin tones. I personally love how it looks on my skin tone, and I am only focusing it on the areas wherever I glow naturally, like whenever the light hits on my skin and my skin glows naturally. Try not to apply it under your eyes because it might make you look even more tired and as if you have sweat a lot, you have oily skin. So try to avoid your under eyes. These kind of products are really easy to work with your fingers because it just warms up the product really nicely and melts into your skin. Next up, I chose a concealer that's very close to my skin tone. It almost disappears into my skin. I wanted to even out my complexion, so I'm just applying it on the areas wherever I have hyperpigmentation and dark circles and acne marks. And I am applying a very thin layer of the concealer and blending it out using my fingers. I feel like our fingers are the best blenders, especially when it comes to these kind of makeup looks, because it just melts into the skin really well and looks natural. And then to add more like focus and light to my skin, I added a concealer that's a little bit lighter on my skin tone, and I am applying again a very thin layer of the concealer just on the center wherever I want a little bit more brightness. And once that is done, what I'll do is I'll take my damp beauty sponge, and with a very light hand I'll make sure that there are no brush strokes on my skin so that it looks almost undetectable on my skin. For blush, I'm going in with a lip and cheek tint from Blue Heaven in the shade Showgirl Pink. I feel like this shade mimics the color of a natural flush on the cheeks, so that's perfect for this look. And I'm going to be applying it on the apples of my cheeks, a little bit on the tip of my nose, little bit on my chin, basically wherever I blush naturally on those areas. And then I'll take my concealer brush, and what I'll do is I'll make sure that there are no harsh edges of the blush, and so that it looks like a flush of color on my cheeks as if I'm blushing from within. Next up, for my brows, I'm grabbing an eyebrow pencil from Sugar Cosmetics. I will make sure to very lightly fill in the sparse areas of my brows. I don't usually do anything on my brows, but this time I will make sure to do at least something to my brows and add some kind of character, because I feel like brows can frame your face and complete the overall look, so absolutely don't skip on it. Next up is setting spray. Yes, a setting spray before a powder. I'll explain that later, but you know what? I used to never use a setting spray. I don't know what in the freaking hell was wrong with me, because you need a setting spray to make your makeup look even more long lasting and make your base look flawless. Anyways, now comes the powder. I'll dip the pizza puff in the powder and even that out. I promise we're not wasting anything. What happens is our concealers are still wet, right? So if you directly apply that puff on your face, it's going to stick on the concealer in a very uneven way, and it's also not going to blend out easily. And why I use a setting spray before powder, because I have noticed that my base and my under eyes looks even more like flawless and sort of like poreless when I do this step. So that's why I prefer using a setting spray before a powder. Wow, that was a mouthful of explanation, but yes, it is what it is. Okay, so our base is finally done. Now we're gonna move on to the eyes. I'm going to curl my eyelashes really well. And next, this is something I've recently started doing. I'm going to take a pen eyeliner, and I'm going to tightline my eyes with it. I'm not going to use a kajal because it transfers on my lower waterline, and also use a nude eye pencil on my lower waterline, and then use a very thin coat of mascara just on the tips of my lashes, not on the roots but on the tips. And then what I'll do is I'll take a clean spoolie and I will run it through my eyelashes to make sure there are no clumps on my eyelashes and then do this thing with my eyelashes. I don't know how to explain it, but it's basically going to curl my lashes even more and make it look very long and feathery sort of, and also going to apply some mascara on the lower lashes. Now moving on to the lips, I am using a brown lip liner. It's from Swiss Beauty, and I will make sure to like soften the lines a little because I want it to look very natural, and then apply a little bit of pH lip oil so that it just develops a really natural color. With that, we are done with the makeup look. I really like how the makeup look has turned out. It was looking so good in real life. I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.